Good morning. Myself Mansa. I am working as assistant professor in electronics department, MIT Mysore. So in the last session we have discussed about the modulation and need for modulation and amplitude modulation in both the time domain and the frequency domain. So here today we are going to discuss the expression for total transmitted power of AM wave. So before discussing this, we have got the equation for the AM wave. So here you can see AM wave equation is given by, so this is the total of the AM wave equation. S of t is equal to AC cos 2 pi FCT, and this is nothing but the amplitude of the carrier signal, and here you can see AC into mu divided by 2 cos 2 pi and Fc plus Fm plus AC into mu divided by 2 cos 2 pi Fc minus Fm into T. So here we will see what are these three components present in the AM equation. So here you can see the amplitude modulated wave, it contains three components, namely one is unmodulated carrier, and the second one is the upper sideband, and third one is the lower sideband. So whenever we see this equation, this AC cos 2 pi FCT is called as the unmodulated carrier, and this equation AC into mu divided by 2 cos 2 pi Fc plus Fm. So this is nothing but the upper sideband, where the frequency of the carrier is more than the frequency of the signal wave, or it is called as the main modulated wave. And here you can see this is the lower sideband, where the frequency of the carrier is less than the frequency of the modulated wave. So these are the three main components of the AM wave. And now we have to calculate the total power of AM wave, and it is defined as, the total power of the AM wave is defined as the sum of the carrier power, that we call that as the P of C, and the power in the sideband. As we discussed here, these are the two components of the sideband, the power of the sidebands and along with that power present in the carrier. So whereas the total power we can write that as P of T, total power, is equal to the carrier power and the power present in the lower sideband as well as the power present in the upper sideband. So we are going to derive the equation for carrier power, lower sideband power and the upper sideband power. Now let us see how to derive this. And the average carrier power, we are going to write that as P of C, carrier power, is equal to V RMS square divided by R. So this is the equation we are going to write, but whenever we are going to consider the amplitude of the signal, here we are going to write, we know the value of the VRMS. How to write the VRMS value? VRMS is equal to Vm divided by root 2, or Vm is considered as the maximum amplitude of the carrier signal. That is why we are going to represent that as Vrms is equal to AC divided by root 2, whereas Vm is equal to AC. That is what? Maximum carrier amplitude. Now how to write this? PC is equal to, we are going to substitute for Vrms square divided by R. Same way here we are going to substitute that, we get the equation AC square divided by 2R. Let us consider this as the equation number 2. And average sideband power, so this is the power where we have calculated the carrier power. PC is equal to what? We have got AC square divided by 2R. Now we have to calculate the power for the sideband, that is the lower sideband as well as the upper sideband. Average sideband power is P power of the upper sideband, whereas it is equal to the power of the lower sideband. Again same thing we are going to consider, that is Vrms square divided by R. Now Vrms is equal to what? Vm divided by root 2, we have taken that. Now for sideband, Vm is equal to AC into mu divided by 2. So how we are going to write this Vm is, in this equation you can see this is the maximum amplitude of the carrier signal. So AC into mu divided by 2 is that equal to what? Vm. Okay. Now Vm is equal to AC mu divided by 2. Now substituting to the Vrms value, that is equal to Vm, that is AC into mu divided by 2. Along with that we have got the root 2 equation. So this is the equation we have written for the Vrms value. Okay, now let us see, so how to derive the power of the upper sideband and the lower sideband. So here we can see power of the upper sideband is equal to what? Power of the lower sideband. That can be written as, with respect to the previous equation, AC into mu divided by 2 into root 2 divided by R whole square. So whereas that can be substituted like this, PL, power of the lower sideband is equal to the upper sideband. That is equal to, after solving this we are going to get the equation AC square into mu square divided by 8R. So let us consider this equation as the 3. Now after getting the equation 1, 2 and 3, substituting 3 and 2 in the equation 1. So what we are going to get here, the total power equation, P of t is equal to AC square divided by 2R plus, what is this? This is the power of the upper sideband as well as the power of the lower sideband. So because these both are equal, we are going to write like this: AC square into mu square divided by 8R plus AC square into mu square divided by 8R. So there is a common factor present here. Let us take the common out. P of t is equal to AC square divided by 2R. So after considering all the common factor here, we are going to get the equation like 1 plus mu square divided by 4 plus mu square divided by 4. Now after this, so the equation or the AC square divided by 2R, we can represent that as what? P of t, that is the carrier power, we are going to represent as AC square divided by 2R. So we are going to write this, and later after taking the common here, we are going to get the equation 1 plus mu square divided by 2. So this is the total power we have got. Now expressing modulating in terms of P of t and P of c. So P of t, whatever the equation we have got, from that we are going to derive the modulation index. P of t divided by P of c is equal to 1 plus mu square divided by 2, where this will become what? P of t divided by Pc. So 1 we are going to take to the right hand side, minus 1 is equal to mu square divided by 2. Whereas modulation index, we got the equation like square root of 2 into P of t minus P of t divided by Pc minus 1. So this is the expression for modulating in terms of what? P of t and P of c. While solving the problem, if they are going to give the modulation index and they are going to provide the value for the P of t and P of c, this equation is required. Now we are going to see the total sideband power. Now till now we have studied the total power whatever we have got, and now we will see total sideband power. Let us consider total sideband power is equal to power of upper sideband plus power of lower sideband. So we know the equation mu square into AC square divided by 8R plus mu square into AC square divided by 8R. Whereas we can write this as, after considering taking the common, AC square into mu square divided by 4R, whereas we can write this as power of sideband is equal to PC into mu square divided by 2. Why? Because PC is equal to what? AC square divided by 2R. That is why what? AC square divided by, we are going to split this into 2R into 2R. That is why we are going to consider this 2 AC square divided by 2, we are going to consider that as P of c into mu square divided by 2. Now let us see the efficiency of AM signal. So efficiency of the AM signal is given by ratio of power carried by the sidebands to the total power. So whereas we can express the efficiency by this, and is equal to upper sideband power and lower sideband power divided by total power. Whereas we all know the equation for upper sideband and the lower sideband, we can write that as PC into mu square divided by 2, and for the total power the equation is Pc into 1 plus mu square divided by 2. So after solving this, we are going to get the expression for the efficiency is equal to mu square divided by 2 plus mu square. So this is the equation for the expression for the AM signal. Now substituting the modulation index mu is equal to 1, what is the equation we are going to get is for the 100% modulation. We are going to equate mu is equal to 1 in the previous equation, whereas we are going to substitute like this 1 divided by 2 plus 1 and we are going to get that as 0.33. So the efficiency of the AM signal is 33%. So as we have discussed, the out of total power 66% of the power has been taken by the carrier and the 33% of the power has been taken by the AM signal. So this is the efficiency of the AM signal. Now we are going to derive the equation by considering the current as well as the voltage. The current relation of amplitude modulation with respect to the total power, we are going to take this. The total power equation P of t is equal to Pc into 1 plus mu square divided by 2, and with respect to the current we can write total power is equal to what? I of t whole square into R, and P of C we can write it as I of C whole square into R, whereas P power is equal to current into resistor. So this is the equation we can consider here. Now substituting the same here to the equation, P of t is nothing but what? I of t into I of t whole square into R is equal to IC square into R and 1 plus mu square divided by 2. I of t whole square, so whereas R and R get cancelled here, remaining with the IT whole square is equal to IC whole square 1 plus mu square divided by 2, and here taking the square root for this, IT is equal to IC into square root of 1 plus mu square divided by 2. Now we have got the modulation index here with respect to the current we have derived, and when we get the equation for the mu, we are going to solve like this. Mu is equal to, whenever we take this mu outside, mu is equal to, we are going to get the equation square root of 2 into IC square divided by IT divided by IC whole square minus 1. So this is the equation for the mu with respect to the current relation. Will solve the voltage relation of amplitude modulation. So till now we have taken the current as a reference and we have solved for the amplitude modulation wave. Now let us consider the voltage. Here same equation we are going to consider, that is the total power P of t is equal to what? P of C into 1 plus mu square divided by 2. By considering that equation, so let us solve P of t is equal to V divided by R. So this is the equation for the power, P is equal to V square divided by R. Same thing we are going to consider, V is nothing but the amplitude, that is why we have taken A of t whole square divided by R. Now carrier power we are going to write like this, P of C is equal to Vc square divided by R, whereas V is nothing but, we know, amplitude, A of C whole square divided by R. Now expression can be rewritten as, considering substituting all the P of t and P of C to the given one equation, we are going to get the equation like V of t whole square is equal to V of C whole square into 1 plus mu square divided by 2. Now V of t is equal to what? Vc into root square root of 1 plus mu square divided by 2. Let us consider this equation. Now rearranging the same equation, that is 2, we are going to get the modulation index is equal to square root of 2 into Vt divided by Vc whole square minus 1. So this is the equation where we are going to derive the modulation index with respect to the voltage. Let us discuss some more problems which we have derived the equation for AM modulation. Here we have got a problem. The problem statement is like this: the tuned circuit of the oscillator in a simple AM transmitter employs a 40 microhenry coil and a 12 nanofarad of capacitor. If the oscillator output is modulated by the audio frequency of 5 kHz, what are the lower and upper sideband frequency and the bandwidth required to transmit this amplitude modulation wave. So here we have to calculate the lower sideband frequency and the upper sideband frequency. Along with that we have to calculate the bandwidth. So let us see what are the parameters they have given. So they have given the inductance, that is of 40 microhenry, and the capacitor of 12 nanofarad, and we have to find out the carrier frequency, and they have given the modulated frequency of 5 kilohertz. So we all know that the equation for the carrier frequency is 1 divided by 2 pi into root LC. So we have got all the parameters present here. Let us substitute for the given L and C. So 1 divided by 2 pi root, so 40 into 10 power minus 6 into 12 into 10 power 9. So we are going to get the carrier frequency of 230 kilohertz. So by keeping this f of c, that is the carrier frequency, we are going to derive the further upper sideband frequency and the lower sideband frequency. Now upper sideband frequency, we know the equation, that is of fc plus fm, because here the carrier frequency of the carrier is more than the frequency of the modulated wave. So fc plus fm. So we have got the value, fc is 230 kilohertz plus audio frequency range they have given as 5 kilohertz plus 5 kilohertz. We are going to get the 235 kilohertz. Now same way we have to calculate the LSB, that is the lower sideband frequency. We have the equation fc minus fm. After substituting this 230 kilohertz minus 5 kilohertz, we are going to get how much? 225 kilohertz. So after finding out this, we have to find out the bandwidth. The equation for the bandwidth is frequency of the upper sideband minus frequency of the lower sideband. So whatever the values we have got here, we have to substitute in this equation. So bandwidth we are going to get here is a 10 kilohertz. Let us see the problem 2. Here an audio frequency signal, here they have given the audio frequency signal, that is of 10 sine 2 pi 500 t, and it is used to amplitude the modulate a carrier of, this is the carrier signal, 50 into sine 2 pi into 10 power 5 t, and assume modulation index is 0.2, and here they have given so many things to calculate, that is of, we have to calculate the sideband frequencies and amplitude of each sideband frequencies, and what is the bandwidth required, and power delivered to the load of 600 ohm. So if at all we are going to connect a 600 ohm, what is the power will be delivered. So given parameters are AM, that is of 10 volt, and AC is 50 volt. So this is the amplitude of the modulated wave, and this is the amplitude of the carrier. So in order to find the sideband frequencies, we know that this we are going to consider as what? Omega m and omega c. So if we are going to consider the omega m, that is of 2 pi into f. So 2 pi into f, where fm is equal to, f is what here? 500 hertz. So similarly we are finding out the omega c. So here omega c is what? 100 kilohertz. So 10 power 5 hertz is converted here, it will become what? 100 kilohertz. Now we have to find what is the frequency present in the upper sideband as well as in the lower sideband. So how to find? We know the equation fc plus fm. So fc plus fm is equal to, here we have got the fm and the fc, substituting those values here. So upper sideband frequency we are going to get this value, and the lower sideband frequency we are going to get this one. Now after getting the upper sideband frequency and the lower sideband frequency, we are going to see what is the amplitude of each sideband frequencies. So now see the amplitude of the each sideband. So it is given by the equation mu into AC divided by 2. So mu is equal to nothing but modulation index, where they have given 0.2 into AC is, we know that 50 volt, divided by 2. So we are going to get the amplitude of each sideband signal is 5 volt. Now we have to find out the bandwidth. So in order to find out the bandwidth, we have got the equation what? Frequency of the upper sideband minus frequency of the lower sideband. So we know the values what we have got for the upper sideband frequency and the lower sideband frequency. After substituting this, we are going to get the bandwidth of 1000 Hertz. Now after that, we have to see the total power delivered to a load when it is connected to the 600 ohm. Now in order to find out the total power, this is the equation we know, that is what? AC square divided by 2R into 1 plus mu square divided by 2. Now AC is nothing but 50 volt, 50 whole square divided by 2 into 600. So this is nothing but the load where we have to calculate the what is the power delivered to that particular load. Here load is what? 600 and 1 plus 0.2. Here mu is nothing but what? Modulation index 0.2 whole square divided by 2. Now the total power is equal to, we are going to get 2.125 watts. So here we have calculated the total power delivered to the load when it is connected for a load of 600 ohm. Now we will see the another problem. Here we have got a problem of a 400 watt carrier is modulated to a depth of 80%. Here 80% is nothing but the modulation index, and keeping this, calculate the total power in the modulated wave. So what and all they have given is the power in the carrier, that is the carrier power they have given is 400 watt, and this is the modulation index, that is of 80%. We can write that as the 0.8. Now we know the equation, total power is equal to carrier power into 1 plus mu square divided by 2, whereas after substituting this 400 into 1 plus 0.8 whole square divided by 2, we are going to get the total power of 528 watts.